Hello Internet, thanks for watching another video. My name is Amir, and on this video I first and foremost just want to thank you for 300 subscribers. I know it's a small number compared to some other YouTubers out there, but for me it's really exciting. To all 300 of you, I want to say thank you so much for joining me on this journey of talking about all things music, Deftones, Incubus, Linkin Park, Seven Dust, etc. And on this video I'm going to be talking a little bit about one of my favorite loves since I was in 7th grade, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is a game that I got introduced to when I was 11 years old. I think I'm doing the math correctly. I wasn't really familiar with it. I hadn't played the arcade. And I went to this convention at the Cow Palace. They were having this giant flea market sale, if you will. And they were advertising video games for $14.99. And back then, a Super Nintendo nerd like I was, video games were not cheap. They were 50 bucks, they were 60 bucks, they were super expensive to get a hold of. Now you can download them on the internet in like half a second. But back then, it was a $50, $60 experience if you wanted to play Donkey Kong Country, if you wanted to play Super Mario World, if you wanted to play any other Super Nintendo game that was out there that was worth its weight in gold. Was a 60-buck experience. Now, with that being said, I went to the place and I called a friend of mine in 7th grade and I'm like, dude, I'm going to this thing. What should I get? He's like, dude, you got to get Mortal Kombat. So I go there and I go from concession stand to concession stand and I'm like, do you guys got Mortal Kombat? And they're like, we do. I'm like, great. How much is it? 60 bucks. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They were advertising games for $14.99. Yeah, well, here's the thing. This game, this Tasmanian Devil game that came out like 2 years ago, is $14.99. We're selling Mortal Kombat that just came out on Super Nintendo, which, by the way, is the censored version. No blood or anything. Like the Genesis version was the one to get, but I had a Super Nintendo. So who was I to argue? And I had never played the game before. And everywhere I went, they're like 60 bucks, 60 bucks, 60 bucks. It was nearing the end of the day. My parents and I had got a bunch of stuff and I wanted to get this game because my friend said it was awesome. And again, I had no experience playing it whatsoever. I'm just like, my friend told me it's good, I'm going to get it. And so 11-year-old me goes to the concession stand and it's like, do you have Mortal Kombat? She's like, yeah. I'm like, how much? She's like, 60. And my dad's like, look, this other concession stand's selling it for like 52. I'm going to go over there. So he's in line waiting for that other concession stand to to get in line to get to the front so he can pay $52 for Mortal Kombat. And the lady, I'll never forget this, who was working the concession stand that I was at, nobody was there. And she's like, look, if you bring your dad back, I'll sell it to you for 35 bucks. And I run to my dad. I'm like, she can sell it to us for 35 bucks. My dad comes back, hands her $35. I walk home with a brand new copy of Mortal Kombat Super Nintendo version. I call my friend. I get all the moves. This is pre-internet, obviously. And I fall in love with the game. Mortal Kombat 2 comes out. I'm in the arcade every single day playing it, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth to where we are right now. I have stayed loyal to this brand through thick and thin, even Mortal Kombat 4, even Deadly Alliance, even Armageddon. I stayed through all of it because I was loyal as hell to this brand. And I actually, very short story, I used to work at the Apple store in Topanga Canyon in Los Angeles. And we were selling iPhones, obviously, Apple store. And E3 was in town. And I'm like getting off my lunch break and a coworker of mine comes up to me and goes, hey man, I need to go and take care of something. I need to go to lunch or whatever. I have this customer. He needs to buy an iPhone. Can you go help him? He's right there. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Obviously, I'll go and help him. Okay? And I walk over and I'm looking at this guy and I'm helping him out with his phone and his purchase and everything. I'm like, dude, this guy looks so freaking familiar to me. I don't know why I can't like pin who this person is, but I am like, I know who this person is. I've seen them a million times. It's Los Angeles. It could be some celebrity. It could be just like, I just can't pinpoint who it is. And mind you, at this point, I'd kind of fallen out of the video game realm, if you will. I still was playing here and there, but I wasn't as active as I would have liked to have been. You know, life kind of takes over every now and then. Long story short, I say, listen, man, in order for me to sell you an iPhone, I need to get your driver's license. He goes, yeah, no problem. Busts out his driver's license, gives it to me, and it's a Chicago driver's license with the name Edward Boone. And it clicks. I turn around, I'm like, you're Ed Boone. He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. I know I knew you, but I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. He's like, oh yeah, thanks, man. I'm like, no, I love Mortal Kombat. Like, I've been a huge fan since day one. He's like, oh, dude, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We talked about the movies. We talked about the first one, the second one. I'm like, is the third one ever going to come out? He's like, I don't know. I don't know if people want a movie. I'm like, I want a movie. I'm like, I love the first one. And I thought the second one is it's whatever. And he started laughing when I said that. He's like, yeah. He's like, maybe we'll make a third one. Mind you, this is in 2008. So I had just read that they were working on Mortal Kombat versus DC. And I'm like, dude, and they hadn't announced all the characters yet. And I'm like, please tell me you're having Joker in the game. And he like kind of looks over his shoulders and he goes, we're going to have Joker in the game. I'm like, yes. And they hadn't announced it yet. They hadn't done a formal announcement. Nothing. Ed Boon himself broke the news to me that Joker was going to be in the Mortal Kombat vs. DC game. I am super loyal to this brand. I love this brand. Mortal Kombat 11 in general, I think is a good game. It is absolutely beautiful. I will admit I'm not very good at it, dude. I was much better in Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat 10. I'm a little bit of a button masher. I can't memorize combos the way people can, man. It's just insane to me how complex these games have gotten. I remember Mortal Kombat 2 and being able to play with a katana was like my main character in Mortal Kombat 2, and using the fan lift, kick, and then throw the fan as they're coming back down. You know, all that stuff. You know, I loved doing that. Like, that was simple to me. The combos that they have now is just insane. And then don't even get me started on online. I get my ass whooped on online like this. So I'm not the most competitive player in the world, but I love the story, I love the characters, I love the lore, and I love playing these games. Mortal Kombat 11 to me overall has been good. I don't think I like it as much as I like 9 and I like 10, and definitely not as much as I like 2, but overall it's a fun game. It's got a lot of interesting characters, and now with these 3 DLC characters, we have 37 characters in total, which is an enormous amount of characters. I literally spend like 5 minutes on the character select screen, just be like, should I play this person? Nah. Should I play this person? Nah. Should I play this person? Nah. It's just like I'm like dumbfounded by choices, and I don't know who to play as. So I just kind of go back to my mains, and for Mortal Kombat 11, my mains have been Jackie, of all people. She's super fun to play as. Sonya, also super fun to play as. Fujin is badass. Scorpion, obviously. A little bit of Shang Tsung, just because I like that he can morph into the ninjas and do like combos as Rain, Ermac, and Reptile. Raiden's pretty fun to play as. Noob Saibot's pretty fun to play as. And recently, I've been getting to play more as Jax and getting more familiar with his moveset. But the trailer for Kombat Pack 2 came out this morning. I've been wanting to make this video ever since it came out and just talk about it. I love it. I love the fact that Rain is back. We get Rain. Rain's been like one of my favorite characters since they like made him playable in Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Like, that dude is just ridiculously fun to play as. Loved playing as him in Mortal Kombat 9, and now, you know, we get him again in Mortal Kombat 11. Melina, for all those people who are pissed off that Melina wasn't in the game, she's here. So now we have Katana, Jade, Melina. We have all 3 in the game again for the first time since 9, and that's gonna be fun. I actually like the design, her design with the short hair and, you know, maskless and all that stuff. But I'm sure you can customize, you know, all that stuff. Her mask, the wardrobe. You might even be able to customize like the hair. Who knows? And then Rambo. How do I feel about that? I'm not the biggest fan of the guest characters of this game. RoboCop and Terminator, I pretty much avoid completely. I don't find them fun to play as. And Joker, Joker's another main. By the way, Joker is super fun to play as. He shouldn't be that fun, but he is. He's just crazy with the cane and everything, and the gun, and his friendship is hilarious, and all of that stuff. Like, I love playing as Joker. Spawn looks super cool. He's a little slow for me, and again, I'm not the best player in the world, so I could be playing as him wrong. From a visual standpoint, he looks amazing. Absolutely belongs in a Mortal Kombat game. RoboCop and Terminator, yeah. But I will say it's really cool that Sylvester Stallone himself voiced Rambo in this game. That's pretty cool. And then it made me think about like Ronda Rousey and Sylvester Stallone and like all the other voice actors. They have to record intro dialogue for 36 characters. Like 36 different interactions and like multiple ones too, right? I think they each get like 2 intros a piece or something like that. So like Sonya has 2 different intros for each character that she fights, and now Sylvester Stallone / Rambo is going to do the same for 36 characters that he's going to fight, and etc. etc. This seems like the end of the Mortal Kombat 11 cycle. Like it seems like they're done. And to be honest, I'm fine with that. I mean, we got 37 characters. The Aftermath gave us 4 additional stages. It gave us friendships for every single character. Stage fatalities. I will say the stage fatalities I thought were like okay for this one. I like the stage fatalities in Mortal Kombat X a lot better. The Deadpool one is cool. The one in the room, and I don't know the name of the room, that has like the spikes come on the floor and you uppercut the person and that thing hits them and then they fall on the spikes. That's an okay one. Oh no, the arcade one is really cool too. I like that one. And I love the stage where we get the old school background. That's really cool. Where like we're like in an arcade setting and like there's a projection on the floor. Yeah, I'm giddy talking about this. I should have made Mortal Kombat videos a long time ago. Maybe I'll do some play along videos. You can see how crappy I am. But I genuinely love this franchise. Like I genuinely have, like, the day their games come out, I've gotten them, man. Even with, you know, all of them, the good and the bad. Mortal Kombat 11, I think it's complete, man. What else do you want? We got 2 story modes. We got the original one, and then we got the expansion of the story mode. We got the end of Liu Kang's journey, if you will, / the end of Shang Tsung's journey, if you will. All of it, I think, has been a fun experience. Do I wish the gameplay was faster like it was in 9 and X? Yes, I do. I think the game is a little sluggish. But I've gotten used to it, and I honestly can't wait to see where the direction of Mortal Kombat 11 goes, or Mortal Kombat, the franchise in general, goes, because who knows what's going to happen now with all the time travel stuff that they've done. Who's dead, who's not, I don't even know anymore. And so what's going to happen? Are we still going to have Revenants? Is that done? And I kind of want that storyline to be done. I'm tired of Revenants. I'm tired of Shinnok. I'm tired of that in general. I kind of want something fresh. I'm not saying I want a whole new slew of characters a la Mortal Kombat 3, because that didn't work. But I want something that's going to have a good mix of old and new, right? I want the game to be fun, to just pick up and play. But yeah, Mortal Kombat Combat Pack 2, it's a win. I enjoy it. I love it a lot. I can't wait. Oh, and it comes out on my birthday of all freaking days, right? November 17th. Hell the fuck yeah. We're getting some Mortal Kombat. That's my video. What do you think of Combat Pack 2, Mortal Kombat 11 in general? Do you play this game? And I know this is different than what I usually talk about, but I can't help it. I'm excited. I love this stuff. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and join the 300 plus people who have now experienced the Hello Internet experience. My name is Amir. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.